I'm going to show you the best pizza of all time. It's my pizza. It's legendary in London. Well, with my friends anyway. Tip out the flour onto a work surface. You can do this in a bowl. So I've got a nice big pile of flour now. Make a well. Our pint of warm water. So I'm gonna leave a few tablespoons in the bottom. Get our 3 sachets of yeast. Straight in. 1 teaspoon of salt, fine sea salt. We're gonna sprinkle that on, but we don't really wanna put it on top of the yeast because the salt will kill the yeast and then you'll have rubbish dough. A tablespoon of caster sugar. A nice generous glug of olive oil. Mixing all of this together, bringing in the flour around the edges. We don't want to break any of these walls while it's so wet still. Once you start kneading and your dough starts to come together, the softer it gets, the more elastic it gets. All that stuff will come off of your hands and your work surface will clean itself up. It's smooth, it's elastic. When you press it, it bounces back. A little bit of flour in the bottom just so it doesn't stick. Cover it, and then I'm going to leave it in a warm place for about half an hour, 45 minutes until it's doubled in size. I'm going to show you how to make the nicest sauce. What we need for this is a couple of nice fat cloves of garlic, a teaspoon of dried oregano, 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, that's 400-gram tins, a nice bunch of fresh basil, and some olive oil. We're going to need a frying pan, nice, shallow, big enough pan. The thing about big pans like this, you have more surface area. It will reduce a lot quicker, a lot faster than it would if you were making it, say, in a high saucepan. A really good tip for peeling garlic, put it on a flat surface, back of the knife, a good whack. I'll just give this a rough chop. So that's going to go into our frying pan. Then we need a nice teaspoon of dried oregano. The oregano's released all some lovely flavours. It smells amazing. We're going to add our tomatoes. We want to mix the tomatoes in with the oregano and the garlic, and we want to give a nice, generous pinch of salt and a generous pinch of black pepper because pepper and tomatoes are like best friends. Stir that in. So we're just going to leave this to simmer for 5 to 6 minutes, and then we'll add the basil. Oh, I forgot. We need some sugar because sometimes tin tomatoes can be quite bitter, a little bit sharp. We want to use a level tablespoon. Get this basil, like you're chopping it up, and stir it in. I'm going to give it a quick taste. Oh, yeah. Leave it to cool down a little bit while we're waiting for the dough to finish proving. So, I'm going to check my dough. Got the big reveal. Look at how big that is. Right, let's get this out. And what we need to do is give it a little quick knead. This is called knocking back. I know it seems a bit silly that we've just let it rise and get all that air into it, and now we're going to knock it all out again. So I want to roll it into a sausage and a little bit of flour. I just roll it out with a rolling pin. You can roll it out as thick or as thin as you like. I like it quite thin because it's going to rise again in the oven. How I make my pizza. Bit of sauce onto the base. Not too much. We've got this on a nice baking sheet, non-stick preferably. About half a ball of mozzarella per pizza because it is quite wet and we don't want our base to go all soggy. Basil, chilli, a little grating of parmesan, a pinch of black pepper. All we need to do now is shove this in the oven. 220 degrees, 8 to 10 minutes. I smell pizza. Now tell me that's not the best pizza you've ever seen. I want to try it. Yep, I was right. That really is the best pizza in London. Give it a go. So, we're going to make some fish fingers. Today I'm going to be using pollock. Now, as you can see, there's no bones and no skin. It's just good old fish. Let's get rid of that for a sec. And what I'm going to